Hi guys, welcome to another live video AMA session here at Plethori's head office in the south of England. My name is Callum and I'm Plethori's CEO. For anyone who is joining us for the first time, just a quick summary of Plethori. We are an ETF, crypto ETF creation and trading protocol built on Ethereum and the Avalanche blockchains. I want to start out by touching on some of the huge progress that Plethori and the team have made over the last 6 weeks. Beginning of, oh, sorry. Hello? Yeah. What's going on? Hello? Sorry about that, guys. A little technical issue. We started December on a very strong foot with the launch of our brand new website. It's got a ton of new features. It's got direct links to BUY PLE on the 3 exchanges that we're listed on. It also has direct access to our staking platform, and you can head over there after this AMA and check out the rest of the team, plethori.com. There'll be links in the description after the video. We launched our staking platform on the Ethereum blockchain about a week after we launched our website. Within 1 week, there were 13 million PLE staked on the 13 million PLE staked on the platform, which is over 30% of our circulating supply. All of those PLE holders are now earning 40% APY through the platform, which is absolutely amazing. We launched our AVAX bridge between Christmas and New Year, enabling all PLE holders to bridge between the Ethereum and the Avalanche blockchains. That also enabled us to list PLE on Avalanche's most popular decentralized exchange, Trader Joe, which we did just before Christmas and just after Christmas. We saw a huge influx of new PLE holders, which was really exciting to see. Social media wise, that's absolutely skyrocketed over the last 2 weeks. Our Twitter followers have increased by over 150%. We're now just under 20,000 Twitter followers, and our Telegram has surpassed the 10,000 members mark, which we're really, really excited about. And also in end of 2021, we welcomed Dom Ryder, who's the CEO of V Empire. Dom's a big player in crypto, also a really nice guy. He's been a huge help so far. He's our blockchain and metaverse ETF advisor, and brings with him a wealth of knowledge and his very expansive network. Beginning of 2022 has gone off to a strong start. We had our first centralized exchange listing on MEXC Global, which is Asia's most popular exchange and renowned home of the altcoin. We had a Kickstarter event through MEXC Global, which was very successful, and then a trading competition which ran for the first week with over 8 million PLE traded in volume on the first day. So end of 2021, beginning of 2022 were really, really solid for Plethori, and very proud of the team and the community for everything that they've done so far. What's up next for Plethori? So Q1 2022, we have planned our Avalanche staking platform. Our Discord server will be released very soon, which I know a lot of you will be very happy about. A lot of the new community members use Discord a lot more than they use Telegram. So that'll facilitate a whole new aspect of our community development. We have a big AMA with MEXC Global on the 26th of January this month. We have our Metaverse ETF whitelist, which we're very excited about launching very soon. So keep an eye for that. And of course, more CEX listings and a ton of exciting partnerships, which we'll speak more about very soon. So let's do what we came here to do and take a look at the Twitter questions. Just pull them up here. I'm going to answer, I've chosen 5 questions from Twitter that you guys have texted in and asked over the last week. We will then use the live chat here for people to ask additional questions. I'll choose another 5 of those. The 5 Twitter questions and the 5 live questions will all receive a reward at the end of the AMA, so stick around to the end. Right, let's have a look. First question is from Cole. What have been the greatest technical challenges in building the platform, and how did those drive the decision making in terms of chosen blockchain solution, etc.? I think the biggest challenge that Plethori's faced so far is probably one of the most common challenges that any blockchain project faces, which is scalability and cost of operating on the blockchain, especially Ethereum. We all know and are familiar with the high gas fees that Ethereum are charging, and it's a very difficult environment to develop on, really, in terms of bringing down the cost of fees. So, as most of you know, we have recently bridged to Avalanche. Avalanche is the fastest blockchain measured by time to finality, with a sub 2 second transaction time. They're also very affordable with their gas fees, looking at a few cents per transaction, which is perfect for Plethori and the protocol that we're building. It'll allow the exchange to be, instead of passing on these huge gas fees and costs to users, they'll be nominal. Thanks for the question, Cole. Next one is from Shen Ying. Tokens from all projects have main utility and practical goals. So can you tell us what the main role of PLE is in your ecosystem? Explain the utility and use cases. Great question, Shen Ying. Thank you very much. PLE's primary utility is access to the platform. Holding PLE will also offer exchange users a discount on the exchange fees. PLE is used for whitelisting via our ETF, so you have to hold a certain value of PLE in order to put your name down for PLE, for Plethori's ETF whitelists. It's also required to stake on the platform and create your own ETF. Aside from that, we have the additional advantages of our staking platform, offering users 40% APY, and our upcoming farming platforms, which will be released later this year. As a side note on it's not exactly utility of PLE, but one of its main aspects is that it will be included in every ETF that Plethori and the users design on our V1 and V2 platforms. It will make up 5% of every ETF. So it'll act as a deflationary mechanism on the token. Not to mention that the PLE will be market bought rather than coming from an additional allocation every time a new ETF is created, which will obviously create upwards pressure on the price. Our next question is from Freya. I read that on V2 exchange, users will have the right to design their own ETFs. Is it possible for the user to earn income from the ETFs he or she designed? How much will the creator receive in trading fees when an ETF is traded? That's correct, Freya. The V2 exchange platform will facilitate the creation of crypto ETFs by third-party users. Is it possible for the user to earn income? Every fund manager that creates their own ETF on the V2 platform will participate in a fee sharing structure. Depending on how that ETF is funded, whether it's funded directly by the user or through a public book build, will depend on the exact percentages that the fee sharing structure involve. For publicly funded ETFs, the fee sharing structure is 30%, and for privately funded, the fee sharing structure is 50%. Thanks for the question. From Druv, contract security is a big issue in DeFi. Has your smart contract been audited? How do you ensure the protection of user funds so that users feel safe? Thanks for the question, Druv. Contract security is certainly a big issue in DeFi, and it's something that we take very, very seriously at Plethori. We have appointed Hacken cybersecurity services for all of our smart contract audits. We will never, ever release a product or a smart contract into our ecosystem that users can engage with unless it's been through these strict checks by Hacken. As an added measure of security, our lead developer, Mark Yosef, he works for when he's not working for Plethori, he works for a cybersecurity firm in Israel. His job specifically is smart contract security researching and programming. So he actually himself runs audits. However, obviously we use a third party for our own development. Thanks for the question. From Lisa, this is our final question for the Twitter questions. Lisa Nazilla, how are the ETFs rebalanced? Will there be any leverage options for these ETFs? Any educational plans for the community? There's quite a few questions included in this question, Lisa, but I'll be happy to answer them. What measures have been taken to prevent community misuses by ETF creators? It's a really good question. The ETFs will be rebalanced on a monthly basis. We will release a paper in the very near future which details exactly how and when the rebalancing occurs and whether or not interim rebalancing will also be carried out. It depends on, there's a certain buffer for drops when certain criteria of the underlying assets drop below the set requirement. For example, market cap. If we have a high market cap ETF and the market cap for some time of one of the underlying assets drop below a certain level, it comes up for assessment, and we can manually rebalance as and when is required, or add or remove certain underlying assets from the ETFs. Any educational plans? We do. We are currently putting together Plethori's. It's an animal. What's the word I'm looking for? Anthropomorphized crypto zoo of crypto creatures. The point of which is to engage with the web app that we're developing. It'll run you through the zoo. Each enclosure has a different set of coins. So you have utility tokens, you have security tokens, etc., etc. It'll educate the user on the different sectors, as well as allow them to put together hypothetical ETFs and then track them over time. We have released an article fairly recently on this educational plan. We also have plans to release ETF bite-sized chunks and just provide general educational content and material for our users, both for interest and to help facilitate the successful creation of users' ETFs on our V2 platform. Thanks for the question. Right, let's go over and have a look at the live questions now. A few coming in. Okay. First question here from Alexander. Are we on track for releasing ETF X V1 platform in the Q1 2022? We are, Alex. Yeah, development is well underway now. We'll be releasing previews of the platform in the very near future. We've begun license applications as well for the ETF X. License applications can take sometimes 3 months or upwards of 3 months. So that may be a limiting factor, but the actual development-wise, we are certainly on track to have it fully developed before the end of Q1. Thanks for the question. Can you give some details about PEEF ETF? Like the list of assets, you said that there will be PLE and what else? Yeah, absolutely. Our PEEF is our Polkadot Ecosystem Fund. It's our first planned ETF, and it will be one of the first that we release when our ETF X goes live. It will contain 6 underlying assets. PLE will make up, as I said, PLE makes up 5% of every ETF. So it'll start with PLE. It'll also comprise PokerStarter's token, Kylin's token, Poker Foundry's token, who are one of our partners, Thala, and CheinX, who are all very strong players within the Polkadot ecosystem. Each of the underlying assets will make up a weighting of 19%, with the remaining 5% made up with Plethori's tokens. Thank you for that question. Any thoughts on adding more compatible wallets to the website for staking? Not at this time. At the moment, it's primarily MetaMask and Trust Wallet that people are using. We may look into this in the very near future. Thanks, Eslax. I have 2 more. Umit, will CEX listings continue soon? Yes, absolutely. We've engaged with several other centralized exchanges now and are speaking directly with them. I won't give any clues away just yet, but expect more listings before the end of Q1. Thank you, and we'll have one more. I mean, I've already spoken about the staking platform, so I won't. Let's finish with that one. Why not? One of the features that users pay attention to when choosing a project is that it has a staking program. Does Plethori have a staking program? Yes, we do. We have our own in-house staking platform that you can access via our website. As I said at the beginning of the AMA, we've launched the Ethereum blockchain staking platform, offering users 40% APY. All contracts fully audited by Hacken. You can also find copies of the audits via our website. And that brings me to a couple of very exciting announcements that I was holding off until the end to share with you guys. The first one is that we've set up a staking cohort with Unifarm, which is going to be released at the end of next week. The cohort on Unifarm is essentially a group of 5 different projects, 4 or 5 different projects. It runs for 3 months, so it'll be an additional way for PLE holders to earn a passive income through their platform. The first week after launch of the program, you'll be able to stake PLE and earn PLE. The second week, you'll earn PLE plus one of the other project tokens, and so on for up until week 4, where you're earning all of the project's tokens via the platform. And this will continue for the next 3 months. They've had some really impressive APY results by the end of their programs. So I'd encourage all of you to take a look at that next week once we go live, especially with the market dip, as the price of each of the underlying assets, the dollar value is locked at the time. So as the market as the market trends increase, the actual value will be worth significantly more by the end of the program. And finally, I'd like to announce that we are about to launch our Avalanche staking platform. At 5 p.m. UTC today, our Avalanche staking platform will be going live via our website. You can either bridge your PLE over from the Ethereum blockchain using the bridge via our website, or of course you can head over to Trader Joe, links on our website for that, and purchase some PLE and get involved with the 40% APY staking. So on that note, we'll wrap this up. It's really great to be here again, speak to you guys directly. Stay tuned. We'll have more AMAs and more news coming very soon. Cheers, guys.